Good morning. So it's a pretty full-on day today. I've got to do a lot of content creation. My VAs have taken a crack. It's just not coming together. It's not happening the way that I need it to. And I don't really expect someone to see exactly what's going on inside my head and then, put that on the page. That's fine. It's a process that I really dislike doing. I find it very tedious because I'm more of a video guy, as you know. So what I tend to do is talk to the camera and then I have that transcribed and then edited into a piece of content like a blog post. So I just need to psych myself up. But before I do that, let's check the income. Let's see how much money has been made over the last 24 hours. So I've woken up to 570 quid. That looks impressive, but what you don't see are the years of struggle, the years of guesswork, and the years of confusion that goes into building a business that generates this kind of income while I'm asleep. And what's maybe even more important than this is the reason behind it, the reason why we do this. Sorry if it's a bit noisy. The cat, Qwerty, she's got the zoomies, she's going crazy. Anyway, so it's about the why. Hopefully later on, when I've finished my work for the day, I'll find a few minutes to really just sit down and explain some of the crazy thoughts that used to go through my head when I first started out, because things were not as I thought they were. I'll tell you more about that later on tonight, but the why we do this. I keep coming back to this every single day, and I sit down and I take a few minutes. The money's great and we need that to survive and whatever, right? But it's about more than the money. It really is. You can make money doing pretty much anything. There's money and there's opportunity everywhere we look. There's an abundance of money on this planet. And people just give it away. And we can step in front of those people and we can get money in ethical and legal ways by delivering enormous levels of value and improving their lives. That's just one way to get money, right? So I think the why you do it, why you make the money, that is probably just as important as the money you make. I've gotten into the right headspace. Let's start work. This is the transcript that needs to be converted. There's a lot of content here, and rev.com has done a fairly good job of the automated transcription, but it's still not perfect. So what I do is I go through each paragraph, copy and paste it into WordPress, and then we have these subheadings. So these are also essential. I'll talk about that in a second, but if you have a look at how it's structured, I like to put in these bullet points because it makes it easy to scan read. Also, we put in links to relevant content. We only ever link to pages that have editorial merit. It's a blog post teaching people how to make an extra $1,000 a month in passive income. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things that I've started doing on my blog posts. First of all, we have these big quote sections. You don't just have to quote other people's content, you can quote yourself, and it really helps break up the text. It makes it more readable. And let me show you something else. If we have a look at these subheadings, I'm putting them into SEMrush, keyword magic tool, and I'm checking the search volume. Now, I'm not too bothered what the search volume is going to be. So, for example, this one, how to build an audience, that's 140. Now, I think the search volume is all relative. I don't think that's an accurate figure, but I just want to see some activity on there. Even if it's a 0, in some cases, it might be good to go. So that's my H2, because there's a chance that this will show up in Google for those keywords too. In addition to that, I am going to head to Google. I'm going to paste in the subheading, the H2, and then scroll right down to the bottom. So we've got all this data down here. So business, YouTube, Instagram. So I might want to include some of those keywords in here as well. And that's why I'm not really that bothered about the search volume. It's all about the context. So as long as there is some activity or I think that there are people searching for these keywords and it's relevant to this post, then I'm going to include them. So how important are these subheadings, these H2 tags? According to Google, headings are a bit overrated. Google do use headings when it comes to search, but they use them to better understand the content of the pages. So this question of how should I order my H1, H2, H3 headings and what should the content be? That's something from my point of view isn't really that relevant. So from Google themselves, the best way to use these subheadings is to use them to support the main focus of the article. A couple of weeks ago, someone asked me where I get these images. They're pretty nice images, right? Well, I use a website called FreePick, and despite what the name implies, these images aren't necessarily free. So I have a premium subscription and it gives me the right to use any of the images on here in a commercial manner. So I might want to find something about, let's say, SEO. There you go. So you can see the style of images. The website is called FreePick. I'm not associated or affiliated with them. I just use their images and I think it's a pretty good deal. I think I pay around €10 a month, something like that, and I get unlimited access to these images. Another website I sometimes use is called Flat Icon, and they have these vector looking images. Again, I've got a premium subscription. I'm not sure how much this costs. Let's have a look at the pricing so I can give you accurate information. I'm paying around €90 a year for access. I think they do like a monthly plan or something, but you can use all of these unlimited as well, so you can use as many as you want. So that's called Flat Icon. I thought I should document this aspect of entrepreneurship. It's the moments when your head just kind of goes. You have spent all day working on a project and you've got it done, and then your brain just goes, right, that's it. Enough. It almost kind of stops working, so you can't really focus. But the list of things that you need to do never ends. I need to create content for tomorrow. So that means tonight I need to be planning it and getting some kind of ideas. But my head is just gone. I thought I should document that side of it, of content creation and building a business, because I've never seen anyone show this side of it before, and this is the truth. You know, I mean, this is one of the downsides, one of the negatives. What I need to do now is go play with the cat. I'm just going to call it a night, I think. I'm going to hand over the rest of the stuff to a VA and let them worry about it. Feeling a bit better now, better headspace. I've really started to think about why I'm doing this. Like I said earlier, you can make money doing a whole heap of different things, right? Money is abundant, but if you were doing something shady, you'd probably look at yourself every day in the mirror and feel kind of bad about that, right? So the why is just as important as the money you make, because you need to be able to see yourself as a decent human right? And I think that's true for most people, like 99.9% of people. It's only like a tiny, tiny amount of people who don't see things like that. So the why is so you can make a decent living, contributing something immensely positive back into this world, helping people who genuinely need the help of someone like you, and know that you are changing people's lives, even if it's in just a small way. And I can't think of anything better than that. I think that's the ideal way to make a living. Can you imagine if every human being on this planet embarked on that kind of mission to go out and help as many people as they could and be compensated fairly for doing that. Imagine how great this world would be. Thing is, I didn't always think it was like that. I had these it was like paranoia almost. I thought the entire digital marketing industry and every niche associated with online education and blogging and sharing knowledge in dog training, weight loss, you name it, everything was all rigged. It was all controlled by a handful of massive corporations that were funding all this stuff. And I really believed for a while that there was no way to break into any of it. It wasn't until my little tiny blog way back in 2004, when that started getting traction by 2007, then I thought, okay, well maybe it's not exactly like I thought it was. Maybe someone like me, who used to scrub toilets for a living, can set up a website and do pretty well from it. There's a quote by Roald Dahl. It goes, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." It's pretty true. So maybe in order to achieve success faster, you have to believe that you will. I'd say you have to go one step further and absolutely know that you will. When I started, I really didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew I couldn't go back to working for somebody else. I knew I could not have a boss. I could not have that alarm clock anymore. Couldn't have my time being controlled. So maybe the only option I had was to succeed. And I'm pretty sure I would have tried multiple avenues in order to try and achieve success. For example, my website was getting millions of hits every month, but it was making around $2,000. It was maybe around $4,000 a month. But I tried everything to try and monetize that site, and I really didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't understand copywriting. I didn't understand funnels or email marketing or any of that stuff. All I did was just put AdSense on it and hope for the best. It worked out that, okay, it was enough to pay the rent and it was enough to feed myself and my family, and we were okay. And at the time, I really wasn't aware of any of that stuff. It wasn't like it is today. It wasn't as widespread. Really, only a small number of people were using that kind of business engine. For the rest of us, we had to rely on AdSense. We had to try e-commerce, sponsored posts. That's actually how I discovered affiliate marketing. It was because I was trying everything I could think of to try and make more money from this site. And I read up about affiliate marketing, gave it a shot, and what happened, an extra £1,000 every month went into the business. And even then, I didn't understand how to do it properly. But the point is, I tried everything that I could think of. And thankfully, today, we don't have to do that level of experimentation anymore. We already know what works. We've got it down to a science now. So we can create and launch a website, and we can have it making money on the day it launches. We've got it down to that level of precision now. But listen, if you want me to talk about any more of this stuff, tell me in the comments, and subscribe to the channel too, so you get more of these videos. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you again very soon.